What's up, everybody? Welcome to Scout Trout YouTube. Today we're going to talk about the class of 2020. I'm extremely excited about these young men in our program on our step ratings. Tons of offers have been going out to them. They've gotten a lot of what they deserve, honestly, and more is to come. Nothing's over. People say 2020 recruiting's over. They don't know about Peacocks being able to fly with all that weight on their back. And that's what our guys are able to do at Scout Trout Elite. They're able to fly through much adversity, through much weight. They have a resilient mindset. They're going to get what they want. They're going to get what they deserve. Like Matthias Algarin, top #1 overall recruit right now at college football today. I'm going to make 2 videos on 2020 because I got a lot of kids to talk about. We want to make them about 20 minutes long each. But Algarin really stepped up this offseason. Obtained offers from St. Cloud's, South Dakota State, and then the University of Nebraska in that order. Visited Northwestern, visited Northern Illinois, had one of the best combines in the nation at Rivals. They didn't invite him to the next round even after he won. I wrote an article about that on College Football Today, gave Algarin his 5th star, and it ended up moving him from number 67 to #1 overall. Extremely talented young man, 6 touches, 250 yards a game on the offensive side of the ball. On the defensive side of the ball, has shut down everybody, no catches last year. Yeah, he plays in Minnesota. That shouldn't matter when you look at the body of work that this young man has. Great. He's made athletic videos where he's dunking like LeBron, even higher than him. One of the best athletes overall in the 2020 recruiting class, and that warranted him his 9.3119 step rating at Scout Trout Elite in College Football Today. Number 2, Cade Calcaderas. This kid is like a big old peacock. Can fight, can spread his wings and fly. He's committed to Georgia Tech. Extremely talented young man. Great family. Thank you for the love on Twitter. He's right now my number 2 overall recruit in the nation at College Football Today. Very talented. Can do everything on the O-line, can play any of the positions, very quick off the football, great at pulling, everything you're going to need at Georgia Tech. I don't know what type of new offensive scheme they're running this season, but, it could be lights out. Thanks for sharing that, Brian Morgan, my 2021 video. Darnell Washington, number 3 overall recruit in the country out of Desert Pines, 6'8", 250, tight end, DN, can play basketball for you. Just a freak athlete, honestly. Gary Osby, number 4 athlete overall. I found him not too long back out of Lowndes High School, Georgia. That kid's a phenomenal player, phenomenal athlete. I really loved him in the running game as a sledgehammer back, but also dropping into the flats. Great tackler, but he can go up, bat balls down, has a great vertical leap. Very, very, very talented young man. Huge upside on that kid at the next level. I think he's got like 15, 16 offers. It started with Air Force, Colorado State. Navy's offered him. It'd be great to see him and Aaron Swafford working in that offense together. That would be something magical right there. Ches Jennings Jr., 6'6", 315 pounds. We reclassified him, weighed in at 350 at the last camp he was at, but dominated in one-on-ones at the New England camp, won every rep, got feedback from that camp. Extremely big upside on this 17-year-old that was reclassified and will be at Taft Hill Academy. Also wants to run for governor of the state of Ohio, which I believe that he could win. Logan Parr out of Helotes, Texas, and Jake Majors out of Prosper, Texas. Probably 2 of the best guards I've seen at pulling in the state of Texas, the talent-rich state of Texas. This state is loaded from side to side. It should be 4 states. It's got so much talent. And yeah, those guys, sledgehammer guards, can really take your head off. Philip Webb Jr., one of the best linebackers I found out of near Georgia, was number 1 not too long ago, graded out extremely high in my step ratings. Brian Barisa, we know who he is. Everybody knows who he is, got offers everywhere. out of Damascus High School. That brings me to Hudson Walker, one of the best edge rushers in the class of 2020. Reminds me a lot of J.J. Watt in the way he can play the game. Can also line up at tight end and really get stretch the field for you. Runs great routes. Going to play tight end this year. Going to be very interesting to watch. He could accumulate a lot more offers out of being a tight end. Very talented young man right there. Ivy League's interested in him. Stanford's interested in him. Has a lot of schools that really could use his services at the next level. Michael Meyer. Man, I would not want to. It's hard to game plan against a kid like this. He can take the top off of defense. He's fast. He's a tight end, 6'5", 240. Notre Dame got a diamond in the rough there. Five-star kid. Jalen Knighton, committed to Oklahoma, the juice monster, I call him. One of the best I've seen in the running game, in the passing game, all-purpose back. Really can take the top off of defense out the slot and can dance through you, as a runner. Coach Lincoln Riley really got another great one there. Tristan Van Diver moved up to my number one quarterback out of Ripley, Mississippi. Plays 3A ball. Not many people will look at that and say, well, blah, blah, blah. But you look at the mechanics, you look at the kid's body of work in the classroom and on the field, athletically in the combine, he grades out as one of the best in the country, better than the rest that I've seen on 247 and all these other networks that have all these other guys, at these big schools. But you got to look at what people have around them, people to work with. But the kid delivers dimes, can throw the ball over the top of the defense in the small windows. Reminded me a lot of Aaron Swafford, who's on the next breakdown here at 15. He's committed to Navy, had a bunch of offers, but he chose Navy. He fits that system perfectly, and he's going to be able to fly this year, at Meeks County High School. Arguably should still be number one, probably will be at the end of the year, as he is one of the best players I've watched on both sides of the ball, safety, quarterback, triple option game, throwing the football, doing it all. The versatility is unbelievable. Right above him at number 14 is Dylan Creech. Dylan Creech just was at University of Southern Mississippi. Extremely talented young man. A lot of people are like, why'd you rank this kid so high? Flip on the tape. I mean, I don't care what you got to say. Everything he runs into falls over right away. One of the hardest hitting linebackers I've ever seen on tape at any level. And that should tell you something. Coming out of the backfield as a fullback, can catch the ball great. Really great downhill runner as well. Would be a phenomenal short yardage back at the next level, and can a ball control guy too. If you want to chew up clock and really utilize his skill set to the max. But I really like him at linebacker. He defends the pass extremely well. Had 4 interceptions, I believe, last season. It's going to be a big year for Dylan Creech in the state of Alabama. He's at Geneva High School in Alabama. Roll Tide. Justin Rogers, great kid, great player out of Michigan, Oak Park. That brings me to Cody Hornsby. When I found him, I could not believe some of the plays this kid could make on tape as a first-year football player. His upside is enormous. Some of the best footwork I've seen on the offensive line, and some of the most tenacious play I've seen on the defensive side of the ball. I mean, the kid is raw, but athletic for his size. Kind of reminds me of Takeem Dosh. Is not as tall, but makes a lot of the same plays as a defensive tackle that I've seen him make. One of the best players that I got on my board. Jaquin Elliott, same thing with him, running back out of Southern California. South Hill, 9.0509 step rating. If you have over a 9 step rating, I deemed you to have NFL potential. This kid reminded me of Bo Jackson. That's some high praises right there. I don't really got to talk much more. Bo Jackson was one of the best athletes ever to play the game of football. Jason Corso, same thing, out of Arizona. Extremely talented athlete out of Liberty. Can really do it all. Talented, both sides of the ball, but really strong on defense. Outside linebacker, strong side DN or pass rushing DN. Whatever you really want him to be. Connor Rogers out of Franklin Simpson High School in Kentucky. Same exact thing. Really talented young man. And my Peacock time's over. He's going to do great things this year in Kentucky. Kentucky's a very under-recruited state for what I don't know why. They got some of the best players. Wandale Robinson came out of there. He's getting rave reviews out of Nebraska this year. Connor Rogers is the same type of player, but on the defensive side of the football, everything he runs into looks like he got hit by a ton of bricks. The kid is phenomenal. One of the best I've seen on tape, and you need to take a look at Connor Rogers. Franklin Simpson. Justin Flo, we all know who he is. I watched some tape on him man to man. He's going to move up my board. Uh, you know, 6'2", 225, same thing. Everything he runs into looks like he got hit by a ton of bricks. Connor Mayfield, another linebacker out of Flowery Branch, Georgia. We're going to be making an All-American picture for him soon. He's been added to my All-American roster for 2020. Phenomenal kid, phenomenal family. Phenomenal football player. Gets to the ball quick, diagnoses plays extremely well, and can really move laterally, side to side, tracks you down. That's what the middle linebacker's got to be able to do. Fills the hole extremely well. Never stops his feet. Tough kid, very tough young man that I'm going to be, really paying attention to this season, and college coaches should too. He just came on board, and I'm excited for that young man. Gabriel Means and Anthony Zimmerman tied for 24th because they really remind me of the same player when I watch them play on the defensive side of the football. Both have the capabilities to play on the offensive side of the football as a fullback, tight end position, H-back, even a wide receiver. Gabriel Means, I worked out in person, ran a 4.4. Zimmerman's around SB2. Their shuttles are amazing. Their combine numbers are both verified now, one by me, and Anthony Zimmerman's are verified by Harvard and the Ivy League schools that are all highly interested in offering that young man at the next level. He's already got New Hampshire and a bunch of great FCS programs that have offered him. I think it was 9 or 10 offers came in one day. It all came at once for him, and I'm very excited for their future. Both fit any level of football in my book, can do it all. You're not going to go wrong with those two. That brings me to number 28. One of my favorite players, Stanford commit, Tobin Phillips. Tobin Phillips is a stud. Gets off the ball quick. Probably the best D tackle in the country. Definitely the best in the state of California. David Shaw really got one of the best that I got in my database this year. Extremely excited for him out of San Jaquan Memorial. He made my All-American roster as well for 2020. So did Hudson Walker. All those guys I named above that are on the Scout Trout database are on my All-American roster this year at College Football Today. Very excited for them. They should be on everybody's All-American roster, honestly. Moving down the list, a lot of great guys on this list. Number 41, Hunter Drinkwater out of Mount Dora Christian Academy, I believe, or high school in Mount Dora, Florida. His brother Austin Drinkwater is going to be on the other side of him. Those two are just phenomenal athletes overall. He reminded me of Russ Grimm in the way he can move men against his will, pancake him. His engage to pancake ratio is just out of this world. Engages pancakes, boom. Dump some syrup on there if you want it. Whatever you like on your pancakes, strawberries, powdered sugar. The kid's got it all. I mean, great pass blocker. Very excited about Hunter Drinkwater. I call him the big drink of water. You know what I'm saying? Jacob King, Ed Reed. What else do I have to say? Ball hawk, interceptions. Great on the offensive side about too. But I mean, I love him at safety. I could literally whoop anybody's tail with these guys lined up in the positions they play at a high caliber at the next level. And I believe that 110%. At Scout Trout Elite, we are the best coaches in college football at scheming, at knowing every scheme, knowing where to go with the ball, when to go with the ball, who to put in the positions to succeed at the highest level. And that's why I do what I do. There's over 607 teams that offer scholarships that all have different philosophies, different schemes, offensively, defensively, spread, option, all of these different, pro style that are utilized at the next level. And these kids fit tremendously at a lot of different ways, in a lot of different ways. And I can't be more excited about the 2020 season or 2019 season. All of our guys, 2021, 2022, 2020, just phenomenal players overall. That brings me to Alex Hartnett, who's going to be on this top 300 soon. He is on the top D-line recruit rankings. He's like a James Harrison. The best weight room numbers I've seen: 375 bench press, 575 squat. His teammate Vinny Carnazzo was right on track with him to be two of the best D linemen in the country this year. They played the Heritage High School in Georgia, who we will be covering this year at College Football Today. Extremely excited for those young men. Their quarterback Tyler Foley, I've already talked about him a lot. They're going to do great things. If they don't win state, they should. They should win state. I don't know what else is out there right now, but they have a lot of talent amassed at the Heritage this year. College coaches need to take note. DJ Simmons out of North Dublin High School. Kid's phenomenal. Phenomenal athlete. You could tell not a lot of blocking around him, when he was running the triple option, but he did great. He can stop on a dime. Great basketball player, great athletic skill set. I love how he goes up in traffic and gets the ball as a wide receiver. Just the kid has a lot working for him, a lot that's going to go right at the next level. He fits a lot of systems. I mean, you could do anything with that kid. He's just a great athlete. Very excited about the outlook on him. He's also been added to my 2020 Scout Trout All-American roster. Moving down the list. E.J. Smith, Emmett Smith's son, wants to play slot, he said. Don't want to be like that. Great at that, too. I mean, great running back, great slot. All the above. He's at the Jesuit High School, 5'11", 190, 8.8509 step rating. Lawan Powell, same thing with him at East St. Louis. Zachary Evans, one of the best running backs in the country. Haven't seen many like him on tape yet. He probably should be higher up this list. He's got NFL potential in my book. Same thing when you move down to 69, Nerian Brown. Nerian Brown is out of North Springs High School in Georgia. He's also been added to my Scout Trout All-American roster for 2020. I mean, the kid's got lockdown potential, great athletics, can go both ways, great versatility, but I really like him at corner. I really like him in the defensive backfield. I think he's going to really do big things at the next level, as a DB. Extremely talented, found by Coach Perry. Garrett Proxmire, Plain City, Ohio, sledgehammer back, recently dropped his 40 under a 4.6. Big kid, can really, ground and pound for you. Had phenomenal stats. I think 1,400 yards rushing last year, slew of touchdowns. Can really carry and put a team on his back, as he's shown in high school. It's going to be interesting to see what happens with him. He's got extremely good grades as well and has been named as a 2020 Scout Trout All-American. And that's Garrett with one T. I've messed that up a few times. Moving down the list. Andrew Cervantes at number 82. If you Google top 300 O-line recruit, you're going to find Andrew Cervantes' scouting report for a reason. A lot of schools interested in this young man. Big, athletic, great pulling guard. They say he's not tall, but 6'1", 270 gets the job done at guard. Pulling wise, he's one of the best I've seen. Great technique, great kid overall. Learned how to long snap literally in a day, working with Jared Pickens, who is also on this list at number 88. He is the best long snapper in the country. At Brown, he snapped 0.6, 0.62. These are NFL punt snaps. And I've got him clocked him at a 4.6 in the 40. Great linebacker, did very well at USF's camp at linebacker. One of the best I've seen, kids-wise, academic-wise, athletic-wise, and, as a former punter, kicker, linebacker, reminds me a lot of myself, but just as a long snapper, and can really bend over and sling it better than anyone I've seen. Hands down, you ain't gonna come close to that kid. Snapping wise, sorry, it hurt my hands like it stings. That's what you look for. Speed kills. You don't want to get it blocked. Tyshawn Lighty at number 93 is going to wrap us up right now for this first video. And then I'm going to upload this and make the second video about the next group of guys. Tyshawn Lottie's got a lot of shake and bake. Santonio Holmes, he reminded me of. He's retaking the the ACT in September. I think that's the only thing holding him back right now. He's working hard on that. It's part of our STEP program, but he's still athletically, you're not going to find anybody like him in the slot, at wide receiver, coming out of the backfield, return game. Just an extremely talented kid. I think he's going to be a big time threat this year once again in Lorain, Ohio. Teams better watch out for him. Colleges, keep an eye on that kid. He's going to make it big time this year. Patrick Gallagher at number 94. This will be my last one because then, well, we'll try and get two more in. Patrick Gallagher, 6 foot, 200 pounds. I think he's the best safety in California. Had a lot of interest. He's gotten calls from Wake Forest, ACC interest all the way out in Cali. That shows what I'm talking about. Great academics, great grades. He's out of Sunnyside, California. I'm very excited to watch him play this year again. These first two games are going to be pivotal for all of these kids. Their senior years. Get your tape together after those games so we can get it out to college coaches and show them what you got and why you are a top recruit of college football today. Craig Mazarowski, great player out of All Saints Academy, Florida. I really like this kid's upside. High academic kid, great teammate, great locker room guy, but great DN, great outside linebacker. Can really do it all for you. Can play on the offensive line. Very talented young man. Comes from a good family. Extremely excited for him at the next level. And then Jake DeLucia out of Wayne Valley, New Jersey. He's one of my other top long snapping recruits. Can really sling it. Can line up at H-back, tight end, linebacker, and play at an extremely high level. Being from New Jersey myself, some of the best recruits come out of New Jersey. They're tough, they're resilient. They know how to play ball. A lot of people talking up there. So being able to work through that and have another great season is going to prove for him to be very beneficial. I think there's like 20-something schools. I wrote an article about it, why they are recruiting Jake DeLucia out of Wayne Valley High School in New Jersey. And that wraps up the top 100. I'm going to go through the next 100 through 200 next. And thanks for tuning in. We out. Scout Trout, college football today. Check out the links in the video. Smash the like button. God bless.